Once again, this content is brought to you by Little Trees. Little Trees is out and about on a stormy night. Sit back and enjoy the ride with Little Trees. Tonight, as we're driving around, God has put on a display of fireworks all unique to himself. He's lit up the night sky. If we're lucky, we'll get to see him from Little Tree's point of view, right here. All these flashes of light. Every now and again, we just have to remind you with Little Trees. Little Trees is our celebrity host for the evening. And hopefully we'll get up here and have a good vantage point for the storm. I love shooting pictures of lightning and trying to capture them. Makes me feel like Ansel Adams. They're not quite black and white, but you know, we got to keep up with modern times. If you want, you can use the filter, change them to black and white, and enjoy. So one day, Little Trees is going to have to do an overview of the 2017 Chevy Bolt from the Little Trees perspective. Some of the neat features of the 2017 Chevy Bolt are the auto headlamps that we've just recently learned to use. Every now and again we'd hit them by mistake and wonder why people were always flashing their lights at us when the lights wouldn't dim. Once again, brought to you by Little Trees. During this video content, we like to remind everybody that you're watching Little Trees. Little Trees is the star of our host. Is our star of our show. Little Trees likes to entertain us with all our driving around and keeps us company. There we are, Little Trees. Now, once again, fully scheduled light show. Brought to you by today's headlights. Today's headlights are lighting up our screen. Every now and again you might see a flasher. If you like this and enjoy this content brought to you by Little Trees, you should subscribe to our channel. Like and subscribe for more content like this. We regularly post videos talking to our air freshener. Little Trees is a regular swinger. Hangs from our mirror, likes to see our reflections. That's Little Trees. It's funny, Little Trees rarely ever talks. Just hangs around mostly. There is the auto dimmer feature we were talking about. That's equipped on the 2017 Chevy Bolt. It's one of the great dashboard features. It will adjust your high beams for you automatically. The button for the auto adjustment is found on the left-hand stick, just behind the steering wheel, just up from the dimmer switch. There's nothing quite like viewing a spectacular thunderstorm from a 2017 Chevy Bolt on the way to your greatest hangout spot where you love to fish at night. While this great thunderstorm is spectacular, it is important to remember that this content is being brought to you by Little Trees. Little Trees is our mirror swinger that rides along with us. If you have any special storylines that Little Trees should go on, feel free to drop us a note in the comments. Maybe we'll accommodate. Once again, Little Trees is back by request. Special request for Little Trees. Enjoy the light show. If we sit here long enough, the light may turn red. It's not advisable to sit on a green light, but occasionally people in America do that. It often results in a lot of loud horn honking, and various different forms of the California howdy if there is other traffic on the road. If you've stuck around this long, you'll want to know that this content, none other than Little Trees. Little Trees is providing this great time and this great video content for your viewing pleasure. If you look really closely, you can see atoms of hydrogen and oxygen moving across the windshield. They are being affected by the forces of nature. There are several forces being acted upon. If you're a physicist, you can always comment about all the spin and centrifugal force that is being applied to the atoms of H2O that are currently progressing and transgressing across our windshield. If don't know what I'm talking about, it's currently raining. We are driving through a rainstorm on the way to our fishing hole. I really like the rays that come off of the raindrops, as they kind of offer a prism effect. Little trees, little trees. It does affect the clarity of our video, along with the screen protector that we put across our camera lenses. While they do keep our camera lenses from getting broken or damaged in the event of a hard drop or something of that nature, for the most part, they make filming at night particularly kind of foggy and blurry. So for those of you that have just clicked on this in the middle of the video, of course, is brought to you by Little Trees. We are riding through this rainstorm with Little Trees. Little Trees is our dashboard swinger, our lovely pine tree that has long lost its scent. But we're keeping it around because Little Trees is the star of our show. If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to this channel. You will get to hear regular content provided by Little Trees. If you look real closely, it looks like the death ray is off to our left-hand side. It is coming at us any minute now. It might just split and flash like Star Trek: The Next Generation. If we listen really closely, there is some rumbling sounds. We are now getting close enough to the lightning and storm to hear the thunder. There are other forms of debris. If we had our radio tuned on, we may hear the announcements from the National Weather Service telling us that it's not a good idea to be out driving around in the rain. We might see debris like downed trees or little trees flying across the screen. You never know. So just for those of you out there wondering, there is not really a person standing up there with a black sheet flashing a flashlight. This is really a thunderstorm that we're watching. Right now, it is presently giving off some beautiful displays of lightning. Little Trees is glad that he is not the tallest tree in the forest, and that presently he's very unlikely to get hit by lightning because he's traveling in a vehicle that has 4 wheels. Those rubber tires provide an insulator in the event he was struck by lightning. He would be saved by the grounding effect of the tires. Theoretically, that could happen. Now, the other thing that could happen is we could get a burn in the roof of the vehicle. This is something that happens very commonly on airplanes. For those that may or may not know, it is very common for aircraft to get struck by lightning or to have lightning strikes on the plane. It does leave a visual mark. However, most airplanes do not turn into a weenie roast. Yeah, there was a cat running across the road. Now, I will remind you, once again, this content, and on behalf of Little Trees. Little Trees is the star of our show, our dashboard swinger. Just in case you don't know, Little Trees hangs out with us on a regular basis. So please sit back and enjoy the show. If you enjoy this content, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel. We bring lots of entertainment, such as Little Trees, or Fire in a Bucket using her best pot. It's one of our more popular videos. If you haven't seen it, feel free to stop by our channel and check it out. We also have videos that show fishing or not catching fish. Occasionally a slight catch and cook or clean and cook. You know, most of our videos are relatively short at this point in time, but we do have some other content that you're more than welcome to check out. Our channel does include some other information beyond Little Trees content. However, for this segment, Little Trees is by far the star of our show. And if you're like a content creator out there trying to come up with some ideas, Little Trees has been quite popular. I will tell you, Little Trees has actually gotten quite a little bit of a following. It's one of the higher subscriber count portions and ongoing segments of our channel. It's right up there with Lemongrass and our videos starring Brian Thrift. But you know, Little Trees content has been really good for our channel. So we will keep the Little Trees coming as long as people ask for it and request it. Little Trees will continue to happen and show up regularly on our channel. We will continue to drive around and show you segments of none other than hanging out and swinging from the mirror. Little Trees has a co-host. I don't have much of a storyline for Little Trees' partner as of yet. There may be a few segments out there that you might have seen where Little Trees got a partner. Yes, we have Little Trees Blue and Little Trees Purple. They're out here just swinging away. And, you know, they're getting their scent all over each other. I'm not sure how compatible they are, but I have yet to hear them complain. None of them have run off or done anything. But we have lots of Little Tree content. If you're really interested in Little Trees, there is actually a whole entire playlist devoted to nothing but Little Trees. So, you know, if you have nothing else better to do, or you're really enjoying this content, it has tickled your fancy in some way that you just can't stop watching. I mean, you're 17 minutes into it now by this point, unless, of course, you've jumped forward. You know, with Little Trees happening just like this, I mean, this is just the way it is. I mean, feel free to like and subscribe. Tell your friends about it. If you really enjoyed watching Little Trees, you know, if we could get up to 1 million people watching Little Trees, there might be a whole forest of Little Trees up here. I mean, even though I'm allergic to pine trees, I may even invest in more pine-scented air fresheners. Or, you know, if we get to those super fan moments where you guys want to email me some Little Trees or, you know, mail them to me, you could put something like that in the comments. And, you know, just tell me about how you could send me Little Trees. That would be great. I mean, there's no sense in just having one little tree. There's a lot of you out there that have a lot of little trees hanging from your dashboard, or your rear view mirror. Some of them I really feel for your rear view mirror as to whether or not it's going to make it or not, because there are so many little trees. You know, pine trees have a tendency to carry a lot of weight per pound per foot, so you know, there's a lot of board feet in a pine tree. We could talk about that one day. It's quite common that pine trees, their roots run quite deep. On that note, we should take a moment. Little Trees is one of the greatest disasters that has ever left Kansas. I don't know that Little Trees has ever been to Kansas, but you know, on that note, we're just going to leave it there. And that's Little Trees signing off.